Anyway, so welcome, Lorna. I really appreciate you being here. So I'm going to ask you, first of all, what motivated you to buy the book?
Actually, because I've met with you a couple of times and I like the energy. And when I saw the book and feel the anger of our children, I thought maybe there would be some answers, which there are.
I appreciate that. Did you read the first book I wrote called Remembering Earth Mission? Have you read that one?
I have not read that one yet. I want to go back and read that one.
So this book could be a standalone in that you didn't need to have the information from the first to really understand what the second book is telling you, it sounded like. Would that be correct?
That would be correct, yes.
Yeah. So when you look back over the book, what was most interesting to you?
Confirm some of my feelings that, you and I had talked about it before, that this isn't the first time any of us have ever been here.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been here many, many times, and all of those times before are what influences us now. It's just interesting to find ways to go back and fix those things.
Yeah, that's true. Probably it'd be interesting to those listening to you. Do you have children?
Oh, I do. I have two children who are grown, and my son who has two children in Maryland, and I live next to my daughter and her husband who have three children.
So you certainly have your finger on the pulse of kiddos.
Yeah. Somewhat, yes.
So did it raise any questions for you?
Did. And it explains a few things. Maybe I have two of my grandchildren who are here in Washington, I would say are definitely indigo children, because I read about indigos. And actually, when I was in Maryland, I visited a school, and you could feel the energy of all the indigo. You could tell they were all indigos that were at this special school. And it seems to me that the indigos are being suppressed, and I'm not quite sure. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And it's really kind of worrisome to me. I don't know what's happening.
Would you like me to give you my take on that?
Absolutely.
It was in 92, and I had just been doing healing work and working with the ancient ones for about 3 years at that point when I began to understand about what the whole new group of kids called indigos. By then, we had already begun to require that the physical bodysuits circuitry be corrected with the new births. So instead of the wiring this older people have, that our wiring's all messed up, it's easy for us to be sheepos. But with the wiring corrected, these kids don't fit into the system that are in place, the school system where they first are impacted, but of course, even in their religious system, these systems have really been created around survival and obedience and follow the leader, where these kids don't have that crippling inside of them.
No.
So the systems themselves are so outdated. Maybe if there's any intentional crippling there, it's intentionally not allowing the system to reflect what these children need to maintain their sense of divinity, their sense of autonomy, their sense of purpose, etc. Does that make sense?
It does. And it's a shame. I think it's terrible that we're not letting these indigo kids develop themselves rather than being controlled by an ancient, out-of-date system. At least that's my feeling.
My anticipation is that their anger comes much sooner than my anger did, because their automatic is, let me be free. Let me be who I am. And that's almost automatic for them. So again, here's the title of the book. Heeding the Cries of Your Children is a warning.
Right.
There's something we need to learn and do. So what was your takeaway from the book?
Oh, it's fascinating. The energy that we actually can use if we learn how to use it. I think that's part of the problem, is that many of us, I know I have some energy and I just really don't, I guess I doubt it a lot of time. Now my daughter, she has that energy too, but she's kind of suppressing it because it scares her. So she won't use it as much as she has a lot of it. She's an indigo kid, very much. But she suppresses that, but she doesn't suppress the indigo in her daughter and her son, which is good. but the energy that we can use and learning to use that energy, I think if most of us weren't as doubtful of some of it as we are, I think we could really do a lot with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And of course, the model suggested in the book is that we not only use our energy, but we come together with the different types of energies and skills that we have. Yeah, great. I really appreciate that. Is there anything else you want to say about the book to me or to those who might be interested in reading it before we say adieu?
I'm assuming that these were real people that you used as an example.
They are.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, the experiences in both of these books and the third one that will be coming out are all based on actual experiences, and some of them are specific individuals, like the chapter in the book about the young babies in neonatal. That's written directly by the person involved. It wasn't even written by me.
Which chapter?
The chapter of using energy and spiritual work in a neonatal nursery. Remember that part?
Oh, Nancy, yes.
That's an actual person. That's her actual words. I didn't change them at all. And all the other examples of things that were done and healing that was done is a compilation of individuals that I actually worked with. So none of it's made up stuff.
I assumed that, but I wanted to ask. That's why I'm hoping you'll get the women's group together at some point in time.
Well, I appreciate your sharing with me. My editor gives me feedback, and then I put it out there. It's great to hear the impact. So I appreciate you speaking with me.
I think it's great. I think more people should read it, but I think it was wonderful. I love the way it was written. I think it was and it flowed extremely well. So no, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to your next one, and I'm going to go back and find the other one.
Okay. Thank you so much.